Hello, it's me, the MetaVerse Explorer. This is another episode of the Star Atlas Townhall Recap series, where I, guess what, recap all the Star Atlas Townhall information that was just released. And guys, we do have a lot of information in this new Town Hall. First off, thank you very much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos all the time. This is brought to you by Funcracker, brought to you by Prometheus, and brought to you by Aphia, of which I am a part of. A very proud Aphian member. Now, let's get to this town hall, guys. What was actually discussed? The topics we're going to look at in this video are: number 1, community shoutouts; number 2, intellectual property of Star Atlas; number 3, the runway, which is what everyone wants to know, right? Including myself. Oh, by the way, just before we go on, I just came from night shift. I had to have a sleep, so I might be a little bit low energy. I apologize. I'm going to try and up my energy, but I'm super tired. I don't know if you can see under my eyes. I got eye bags here. And I also look a little bit darker than usual because I went in a run in the sun for 2 hours. Anyway, we'll have a look at the 2023 plans. We'll have a look at the DAO and the DAC progress, what's happening there. Some new pictures from Sage, what they're thinking of shipping soon and what they won't be shipping soon, as well as finishing on the showroom and some extra little tidbits, some little surprises that people weren't really expecting. Okay, so first off, the community. Shout outs to the community was done at the start of the town hall, and guess what? Me was included. I was included. MetaVerse Explorer was included. It's me. You get it? You get it? They gave a shout out to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and play that clip right here so you can hear it. This is brought to you by MetaVerse Nomads. They do a great job of recording it. This is where I like to listen to it because I just go there to listen to it most times, and I listen to some of their other stuff. So go ahead and watch it. I'm pretty sure Ray is probably watching, or maybe Whittakis is maybe watching. Don't know. If you're watching, leave a comment.
Then also wanted to give a shout out
Can you hear
to
it?
MetaVerse Explorer. MetaVerse Explorer keeps also everyone updated. He posts almost like a video every single day.
You can hear it.
So we also love MetaVerse Explorer. Huge shout out to MetaVerse Explorer.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Well.
I turned it off.
Again, we're posting all the links in the...
All right, now let's go back to this. Thank you, Santi, for the big shout out. Really appreciate it. All the other Star Atlas content creators are also out there creating great content. Ghost Joycat just did a tournament, so that was awesome, as he just said. Santi, thank you very much. Wagner, thank you very much. I know I'm critical sometimes, but I still love Star Atlas. I still get in front of the screen every 2 days, wear my shirt, talk about Star Atlas, and some people watch my videos because I must be doing something a little bit right? Now, let's get to IP rights. There was a small conversation of Star Atlas thinking about kind of branching out from the current rules and regulations they have in regards to the Star Atlas IP. They're thinking of working out a contract where some people might come and approach Star Atlas, be able to use the IP, approach Automata, use the IP of Star Atlas, and have a free reign of what they want to do, with limitations, I'm guessing. But when they make money from the IP of Star Atlas, they can only make up to $1 million. When you make more than $1 million, or when you start making more than $1 million, you might now have to cut a deal with Automata or Star Atlas so that you have to pay. You have to pay your due diligence. You have to pay the tax man, right? Because you're using someone else's intellectual property. Now, this is a question I have for all of you. Who currently owns the intellectual property of Star Atlas? It's Automata, right? But who gave them all the money to build this brand IP of Star Atlas? It's us, right? So technically, we should be owning it. But there is no technical because this is crypto. We didn't sign any kind of disclosures or any kind of contracts to when we bought the ship to say, oh yeah, we're now part of the intellectual property of Star Atlas. No, we get squat. So if Automata, I'm being a little bit negative here, but guys, hear me out. If Automata decides, if Michael Wagner decides, okay, we gotta step away from this Star Atlas thing. We can't do this anymore. We can't take it on. We gotta sell this intellectual property to someone else. No one in the Star Atlas community is gonna get anything, right? Even though we are the ones that paid for the building of that intellectual property. Am I right? So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments because I want to know how this actually works. Automata holds the IP of Star Atlas, as far as I'm aware. I haven't looked at the documents, but I'm pretty sure they do, because the DAO hasn't been established yet, right? The DAO doesn't exist yet. So who owns IP right now? It's Automata. They can walk away, they can sell the IP, and everyone else would be left with squat. That's crypto. That's the risk we take. slightly negative, but hey, that's what it is. That's what it is, right? So let's go ahead and go to the next one, which is the big topic that everyone wants to talk about. And don't worry, guys, I got pictures in the middle so that we can talk. We can look at some nice fancy pictures as we go with the words. So the runway. Michael did start off with a few buzzwords. You know, oh yeah, we're happy. Yeah, we're full steam ahead. Oh man, nah. Michael, I know, man. It's okay. Don't say that stuff. We want the real stuff. Give us the real info. The community wants the real info. Exactly as Santi said, this is what people want right now. So the whole summary of it is that, yes, they did raise $2 million from the Star Atlas start sequence. Yes, that was a little bit for them, but it wasn't enough. Considering before they had, 15 million, and that was like 6 to 12 months of runway, or 6 to 9 months of runway, something like that. So 2 million is still nothing. 2 months, 1 month, nothing, right? The next thing they did happen to do, which is probably a bonus, but we don't have the specifics on this, is that they managed to sell their FTX claim. So remember, Star Atlas Automata lost 15 million in FTX. They have sold that claim to 15 million, not for 15 million. They've sold that claim to someone else. We don't know who that person is. If they're going to get their money back, don't know. Star Atlas is in this position now where they need immediate money. So they've sold it off at a discount to that person who wants to take the risk and hope that FTX gets back on its feet, and he'll be able to claim 15 million. But Star Atlas probably sold it at a much lower discount. Let's say 50% discount, maybe even a little bit higher. We don't know, right? I'm just taking a guess, 50% discount. So maybe Star Atlas, let's say, got 7 million back, 5 million, let's be conservative. So even still, that's not that much runway added on top, right? To help this, they did reduce headcount, and because they reduced their headcounts, they're able to bring down their expenses by 25%, which is this point here. They managed to bring down their expenses 25%. So they've done a whole bunch of stuff already, right? They raised capital from us, from me and you, by buying ships. They sold their FTX claim, and they reduced their headcount. So they are, doing stuff to try and improve the runway. You can't say that they're not. But the question is it good enough? Some people are still not happy. Be like, no, it doesn't equate, right? There's too much risk here. And as I said, if it's on the risk curve and you can't tolerate the risk up here, and you want your risk down here, don't be up here. Get out. Go back to your safe zone down here. That's how I like to think, guys. I'm in Star Atlas because I understand the risk. I understand everything I bought could vanish. Squat. Could be gone, right? This is crypto. You have to factor that in. The last thing they're looking at, which they can't really talk about, is yes, they did approach some VC, venture-backed capital. We don't know if that's been successful because they can't talk about it, right? They're visiting lots of different investors, family offices, VC investors, angel investors, and maybe Solana Foundation themselves, but of course they can't talk about it. So when something gets announced, when something's public, then they will tell us. Now the question is, what are they using to raise? What are they giving that venture capital in exchange? It won't be Star Atlas ships. They don't want Star Atlas ships. Do they want Polis tokens or do they want Atlas tokens? Maybe Polis tokens. They don't want Atlas. No. Do they want Automata stock? Maybe. Do they want the rights to Star Atlas IP? Maybe. We don't know, right? Just going off the top of my head here. So now, the current runway that we have for Star Atlas is 8 months. Hey, see that? Pepe's here. Pepe's dancing on the 8 months because he's not that happy with 8 months still. And remember, as Michael said, this is like the most conservative number he can give, which is the safe number he can give. And I agree with that. You shouldn't give the unsafe number, because we as investors or as crypto enthusiasts who are interested in Star Atlas and want to see it succeed have to factor in that, yes, if you don't raise any more money, if you ship Sage and it's shit, people won't come. Your 8 months turns to 7, 6, 5, 4, done. You get what I mean? So we need to know that, yes, 8 months is the conservative, and 8 months is what I'm factoring in right now. I'm not factoring 9 months, I'm not factoring 10 months. I'm factoring 8, probably even 7, because there'll be some extra expenses that come up somewhere, okay? So 7 months. We have 7 months. And that's without us buying any more ships, of course, because we are their revenue, if you remember, right? We buy ships, they get USDC, and they use that to pay their employees. So if we don't buy any more ships, this 8 months is just going to keep going down, right? But the market now is terrible. No one wants to buy ships. No one wants to buy. People are loading up a little bit on secondary. I've got some stink bids here and there, but it's tough, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's tough. Now, I'll stop talking. Let's keep going. Runway. Just said I'll stop talking. Left on the runway. They can do some things to try and improve their runway. A few things they can do is sell the infrastructure that they have been building this whole time. What Automata and Star Atlas have been paying employees to build all this time, which is why we don't have gameplay, because they had to build this infrastructure before. It's the F-Kit, Starcom, and Fuzzy Lima. This is a whole bunch of like the infrastructure that allows Star Atlas to exist. Not in its current state, but later on. This is how they were able to connect UE5 to like a Solana wallet, right? That really didn't exist before. So Star Atlas was the first people to create that. Maybe they can kind of sell that technology or license it out, rent it out, so other people can pay their due when they use it. Now, they don't have a specific plan yet on how they're going to go about to sell this. As Michael said, no specific plan. That's fine. If you think about it yet, we still have like 3 months or so, 2 months to start saying, okay, we're down to 5. What are we doing? We got to get more money. And at the moment, they're not looking at an exchange listing. I don't think now is the time to do exchange listings. Yeah, Runway, still 8 months. That's it. That's my key takeaway. Runway is 8 months. Now, let's look at some nice pictures, shall we? This is the train that's coming into the showroom. It's actually hard to tell if this is a UE5 in-game picture or if this is a kind of render. I think it does look like it's in-game, so I want to believe it's in-game. But when they bring out lots of pictures, it's hard to tell if it is in-game or not. So I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt that it's in-game, but they don't say it, and I don't hate to be tricked all the time. So yeah, I'll say it's in-game for now, even though I'm like a little bit hesitant. Yeah, so this is the train. I'll stop mumbling. It's going to be going to the second floor of the showroom now, and not the bottom floor of the showroom. But this is my question, right, guys? So the team are working on items that are going to improve the gameplay, right? Or at least improve gameplay to the objective of spurring revenue or increasing the user base. I don't see the train doing that. The train is like an accessory. Why are they working on something that's an accessory that's not really going to be generating revenue? They need to be working on like the game itself, or playing the game, or the new FPS module that might be coming out, or Sage, all of this sort of stuff. So it's like I'm no one to be telling the team where they should be diverting their resources. But if their main objective is to, one, increase runway, which is by getting new people inside, then they need to do things that addresses that kind of objective, bring new people inside by having good gameplay. The train does not give us good gameplay. You load on in the train, and then you go to the showroom, and that's it. That's it, right? It'll be cool. Sure, it'll be cool for a little bit, but once you load into the showroom 10 times, you've seen the 10 times animation. It's going to be okay. It's like the showroom now. How many people go in the showroom? When was the last time you were in the showroom, right? So, let's keep going. 2023, what are they kind of planning? So far, there is no change in the roadmap. I'm going to start going a little bit faster here, guys. They're not looking at any changes in the roadmap, just a change in the philosophy of how they approach things. They're going to try and release smaller products first, and they're going to try and do it very fast. Now, in saying that, they've now broken Sage down, the DevNet Sage, into slightly smaller parts, and they'll try and ship one first before some of the others. The first part they're going to ship in Sage is just going to be the movement module. So clicking from here to there, and then going from one sector to another sector, possibly using warp or possibly using the dark sectors, right? Or pulse or warp, yeah. So it's going to be movement first. Later on, movement first with a scavenger hunt, which will make it a little bit more interesting. Now, this is where they try and give us some loot to try and get more people in there. So they're trying a gamified scavenger hunt where you can go and find loot, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. After this movement, which is the first part of Sage, it will then become into a mining loop where they'll implement the mining section, and then they'll do the crafting loop on top of that, because once everyone knows where everything is, they'll start mining. You've got all these resources, then you start the crafting loop, right? After the crafting loop, then you go the combat loop. So all of this was supposed to be coming first in Sage, but they've broken it down very simply so that they can tackle each one. This is what I was hoping they'd do this ages ago, because this was the point, right? They were going to break Sage down first. They broke it down already. Now they have to break it down again. Game development. This is game development. It takes fucking ages, guys. Now, the DAO. The new DAO site is currently up. Have you seen it? This is for the treasury. I did a video not too long ago, but now they are also making improvements. It's not out yet, but they're making improvements to like the wireframes and how you can make proposals. And I've got pictures and we'll look at it. So yeah, currently they're setting up the wireframes. The team really wants nearly everything to be on chain. Now, not everything can be on chain. Most, like probably 90% of stuff can be on chain. And that might be a good enough measure for decentralization. Let's find out. The first thing that they want to do is the constitution. After that, let's have a look at some pictures. This is what it might look like. And dear God, I hope it's in dark mode. I can't handle this light mode. Ooh, like the little shudder in the spine going down. Like, ooh. Okay. This is what it's look like. You're going to see all the proposals in the middle. You'll see like your viewing and your categories, all the thing on the left. Sorry, on the left. And on the right, you should see the proposal control. My watch list, my active proposals, my proposals, and vote history. And then you can create a proposal yourself. So you'll see everyone being able to make their own proposals down here. Looks pretty good. And of course, it follows the same structure. You'll have your title. And then you have a little blurb, like a summary of the actual proposal that you see there. And you might have to make this yourself, right? It won't generate it. So you put in your proposal summary at the top. When someone clicks it, proposal summary, and then you read through the entire proposal. This is normal DAO stuff. Everyone kind of sees how this works. Now, you can zoom through this picture yourself and go and see. We don't need to, because it's kind of like self-explanatory. Yes, you'll go from your proposal page to go click on your dashboard page, and then you go and click into the next proposal. You'll see all the proposals there. You click into one, and then it loads up into that proposal page, and then it loads up into a vote page, and then loads up into a thank you for voting page, whatever, right? That's the flow. It's the workflow of how they're picturing it to be. Now, my question is, they were working on this ages ago. Like, I remember reading in the roadmap scans like 3-4 months ago, like working on DAO proposal wireframes. That was ages ago, wasn't it? But it seems like they're only just finishing it now. Not sure. I think Dan is the guy in charge of the DAO workings at Star Atlas. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is what they were working on and this is what it's up to. It took that long to get here. Maybe. Better for the DAO. Now, let's keep going. The DAC. Now, they're going to try and ship the DAC before version 0. It's a query at the moment. It's like a maybe. What they're going to try and do with the DAC itself, they're going to try and do DAC registration, which is what we need, right? Invite. You can invite people to the DAC. You can kick people from the DAC. You can add ranks in the DAC, which is amazing, right? So not everyone's just on the plain level. You need to have that hierarchy in the DAC. I need to see in Aphia that Funcracker, Prometheus, and Sensei Yamura are at the top at like administrators, or they're at the top as like the ranks, or like high admirals, whatever you want to call it, right? And then you have roles, of course. Hopefully I get the content creator role, or I get the influencer. No, hell no. Don't you dare give me influencer role. I hate that. And then you also got the player profile. So they're going to integrate the whole player profiles into the DAX, hopefully. So this is what they're trying to do, right? This is what they're looking to do. This is great. I'm not going to lie. If we have DAC registration, we can self-organize ourselves on the Star Atlas website without having to go into Discord ourselves to try and identify people, right? You can go to Rome, you can go to Interstellar Alliance, you can go to any of the other DACs and see who their leader is, and you can very easily go and find them, okay? You can see what their wallet is probably, and then you can, either invite them, kick them, try and make a chat to them. We don't know yet. Inviting is awesome. You need to be able to invite people. You need to be able to kick people. I think that's obviously, and ranks, I think that's obviously given to people with authority. So that'll be people who are registering the DACs as DAC owners. I won't be a DAC owner. Not sure if that's the key word we're going to use, but the DAC registrant. whoever started the deck, which will be, of course, Funcracker, Prometheus, and you have a rank with Sensei Yamura or MetaVerse Explorer as a content creator, right? And roles, which is me. Yeah. And maybe they're also looking at doing leaderboards. So the leaderboards are going to be kind of differentiating between all the different decks, and they're not actually sure what they want to include on the leaderboard. Obviously, you'll have a DAC leaderboard, like how many members in DACs, registered wallets, for example, there. And then, total value of DAC, what's their VWAP of all their ships or all their assets there. That's it. But they're not sure on what else leaderboards they might be needing to implement here. Okay, let's go to Sage. And I know I've been talking for a while. It's 20 minutes already, but this was a long town hall, so I'm going to try and give you as much info as I can. I just finished watching it myself, so it's all fresh in my mind. Sage. What has actually been audited so far for Sage? The XP program, LP program, the player profile, cargo, crafting, and claim stakes. Pretty fucking awesome. That's pretty good, okay? That's a lot more ahead than I thought. I thought so far only the XP, LP, and crafting would have been audited, but player profiles being audited is awesome, which is what we need. They need that to start Sage, right? Claim stakes, I knew they were being audited from the last report, so that's not surprising. Crafting, that's surprising to me. I didn't know they were auditing crafting already. So all of those are audited. Awesome. So they have some key components already ready, right? They just need to start looking at integrating which ones they want to ship first, and then which ones they want to get people to explore, get people to play. They don't want to give timelines on anything. Good, because we've learned our lesson, hopefully, in Star Atlas, not to keep asking for timelines, because guess what? They're going to get delayed and people get upset and people be whinging. And yeah, that's how it goes. You have to realize it takes time. They still think Q1. I don't think so. As always, I always say, guys, be more realistic. Whatever they say, add like half the extra time. You remember when Sage was supposed to be coming last year? And it was supposed to be coming last year, December. Now it's supposed to be coming Q1 Q1 this year. Maybe to make sure they deliver it in Q1, that's why they're splitting it up to only movement. Because if they let people experience the movement, they'll say, oh, Devinator's here, right? It is. Well, it is. It's just the movement, though, but there's nothing else on top of it. The scavenger hunt is going to be super fun, I think, which is driving a little bit of the hype. People get inside, want to go explore, and guess what? When you explore, you're going to find some loot. It's a scavenger hunt. What loot are you going to find? Michael Wagner did say, and I read in the APA report as well, just to confirm, you might find a very, very small chance, very, very small probability, $100,000 Thimble BIOS tank ship. That tank ship is a beast. I don't know anyone who's going to be able to find that whole thing. Maybe it will be like at the end of like some kind of weird bugged place, or a place with a riddle where you'll have to really think a lot to get past that place. There'll be a choke point. It won't be easy. It's not just lying there somewhere for like everyone to go in a circle, go sprawling out, and then one person pings it. No, it won't be like that. They'll make it a lot harder. But you should find a lot of other loot. Hopefully, some little resources, something cool, maybe a little NFT, not sure. They're going to make it fun, which is what they need to do, right? Because they need to spur people to start playing the game and getting more engaged in the game, right? Because once they find stuff, maybe they can start selling it, and the DAO makes revenue, and Star Atlas makes revenue from that because of the fees, and then they have more runway than 8 months. It's all a cycle. It's all a cycle. Okay, let's have a look at some pictures. Let's take a picture break. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I thought I'd be low energy because of night shift, but I think I'm going okay. I'm sweating balls, though. I don't know if you can see. This is a Central Space Station inventory screen. This is a work in progress. So you're in the Central Space Station right now. I love the username on this mock-up. It's called Pink Donkey. URA. Universal something RA. I don't know. On the top right, you can undock. On the top left, you have the Oni CSS. You have a hangar, inventory, crafting. And you have items and ships in your inventory. I love that they differentiate the two, of course. In your ships, you have some filters. You have a search function, a sorting function, and then a filter function. Actually, I think both of them are the same. Not sure. So you can see they've got some ships there already. They have the PSF4 bike, PSX. No, they got the name. The name. This is just a mock-up, right? I don't think this is what it actually looks like. I think this is just what the concept looks like. It's a work in progress. So keep in mind there, the third ship you can see. I'm pointing in the wrong direction because my camera's reversed. The Busan Pulse. Star Atlas Leaks just made a post, and I saw it, and I was like, I'm going to include it in the post in the video. So yeah, you can select which ship you have, and it tells you if it's a rare, fighter, what size it is, and you can view that ship. Okay, let's go ahead to the next picture. This is the Central Space Station inventory, right? You can see here, you can do sorted by direction and sorted by the rarity or the recently added, whatever you just bought from the marketplace, what class it is, what spec, what price it is. And obviously you can reset at the bottom. Next picture we see here, Central Space Station inventory. This is your Central Space Station inventory view. You can see here, this is when you click the view button. You get to view the description of the ship and a few details at the bottom of it. Nothing really stands out there, but the two things you can see is import to Central Space Station or go to the marketplace from there if you want to sell that ship on the marketplace. Yeah. Now, the next thing I wanted to highlight was these three dots at the bottom right side of these pictures. I know this is a work in progress, but let's have a little bit of fun. What do you think it could be? I think the first one is actually the map, okay? The first one is the map because it looks like a galaxy. The second one, I think, is a location of where you are. So if you're in Galaxy View and you open like the CSS inventory tab, you click on that, you'll go to the CSS inventory tab there from the galaxy. Or like that's the map view. And then at the bottom, I think, is your inventory view, right? I think that's it because it has ship. Either that or it looks, oh, maybe it's your fleet view. Yeah, it's your fleet. It brings up your current fleet that you have. Yeah, I think that could be it. Maybe they should make it two ships. Yeah. Anyway, something I just saw. Now, this is what Star Atlas Leaks was saying. We still don't know who Star Atlas Leaks is. Maybe Lloyd from the club. Not sure. I'm looking at you, Lloyd. I know who else it could be. So I didn't see anyone posting about this ship yet. So shout out to Star Atlas Leaks. My guess is that this picture is actually the Busan Pulse, the extra small ship. And of course, in the picture here, they do literally say the Busan Pulse as the third ship. Okay, Pepe, welcome back. How you going, man? Do you like the Busan Pulse? Do you think it's the Busan Pulse? I think it is. Look at it. It's the extra small racer. It does look a racer. Look at the single Songbin pilot on the top, and then you can see the legs also at the bottom. So we think this is the Busan Pulse. Only because it looks like a Busan ship. It's an extra small ship because it's one person flying it. And yeah, that's what I agree with Star Atlas Leaks. Good catch, my friend. Let's move on. Sage. We've already gone through this. Sorry about that. Let's move on. The showroom. We're moving to the showroom right now. 2.1 is going to be the next release of the showroom. It's followed by 2.2 and then 3. But let's talk about 2.1 first. 2.1 should have a much larger map for people to explore because you have that Thimble Lloyd ship. Thimble Floyd. PG Metaverse. I'm making up ships again, man. Help me. Lord, help me. You got the Floyd liner, and you can experience it in that small area, but it's actually quite limiting, isn't it? So I've seen lots of videos of people actually breaking out of the small area in the showroom and going out to actually fly with their liner, and it feels much better, even with the PSX4. They're looking at enhancing the VR, but they don't want to ship anything yet. No way, it's not ready for VR at the moment, because there's nothing to do. You just go in and look at your ship, and that's it. So they're going to improve the flora, which flora and fauna. And as you see there, I was a bit colorful with the naming. And then they're going to improve the lighting on all the showroom. And this is because of Lumen. Because Lumen is coming into the showroom 2.1. It's a new addition. It helps with the lighting so much. And we did see some videos from Star Atlas team regarding this. Next up, what else they're going to do? You can be able to try your ships before you buy. This is really awesome. This is what we needed. It's not what we needed, is what people want. Because when you want to buy a ship, you want to fly it first, right? But to fly it, you need a bigger map. So it's all Legos on top of each other, right? So you'll be able to try your ships before you buy. They're now getting ready to implement racing. We have a picture that's coming up very soon. Ground racing is what everyone was asking for as well. Because when you have the sky racing, it's much easier to do ground racing, I think. That's what I thought anyway. They're thinking about doing multiplayer for the ground racing. You'll be able to have 8 people on a track at a time, which will make tournaments amazing, right? It'll make so much more fun, like lots of streaming potential there. And you'll be able to shoot people with your weapons. Now, I'm hoping that if you can afford only certain types of ships, you can only go into a certain type of ship race. Like you only go into an extra small ship, or like a small ship, a Lobby versus a jet, right? The train station, I did talk about this before. The purpose, not very clear, just a little bit of aesthetic, just a little bit of presentation. Make it a bit nicer, but doesn't serve the purpose of improving gameplay like ground racing. You know what I mean? So the Floyd liner, they're going to do some improvements to the Floyd liner, plus improvements, X-ray. I don't know what X-ray is. And then bug fixes. There's the Floyd liner and the X4. Oh yeah, I think it's the X4. Sorry guys, I made that small mistakes there. And then, guess what? Jetpacks are coming. What? Jetpacks are coming. I'm not gonna lie. I think because Illuvium's jetpacks looks really cool, the team might have thought, oh yeah, let's include jetpacks a little bit. But this will be actually pretty cool, because imagine getting off your ship, and then your ship's flying, and you get off with your jetpack, and then you do some kind of cool maneuvers, or something like you go over the ship. It's cool, right? We already have ships that can take you very high or to different places. And with the jetpack, you should be able to do lots of mobility. So in Illuvium's case, when I saw they first implemented the jetpack, as soon as they did the jetpack, they started doing small obstacle places for you to go and traverse, because people like the verticality of things. Because right now, Star Atlas is either on the ground or in a ship, and you can't go anywhere else in between, right? You can't, not really. So with the jetpack, hopefully they can improve the verticality of things, go on top of structures, go exploring on a giant, like, you know, those giant towers that you can't really get to now. That's what I'm hoping. And of course, they're working on some ships you can fly: the Opal Jet, Finball Lobby, X6, the PS Airbike, and the BIOS Packlight. So hopefully we'll have airbike racing. That will be cool. Bike racing. That's what I like. Let's have a look at what the work in progress of the ground racing looks like right now. This is it, guys. This is the big picture. I'm going to zoom it in twice because there are some little things I want to catch on. Now, I think this is not concept art. I think this is actually from UE5, from the program. Why do I think that? Because it doesn't look concept arty at all. It actually looks blocky, and it looks non-colored, and it looks like gritty. Yeah, and it looks real. Whereas in usual concept art provided by Star Atlas, usually it's very colorful. There's action shots. There's like blurring and nah. Yeah, thank you. I would much rather see this kind of pictures rather than concept art, because I don't want to be sold on concept art anymore. We're past that point now. Now, this is the whole picture you can see. You can see a racetrack all the way in the middle. Some people walking, standing in the bottom. Some ships on the bottom, and as well as some spectator ships, which is what we need. You also see some little plants there. Let's zoom in a little bit and look at the bottom. You can see there's people right there. I'm going to try and zoom in right there. You can see there's some people here. There's some PSX4s lined up right there. You see two more here, two more PSX4s, one there, and maybe one here, if that's correct. So you can see one there. You can see the shadow. This one, you can see a small shadow also just there. So this would be awesome. This actually gives me Ready Player One vibes. Did you watch Ready Player One? Where there's a start and like everyone goes onto the little runway and there's lots of people around watching you start the race. This would be awesome. Imagine if we could do this in VR. That would be awesome, guys. Now, the next picture I wanted to say was, I don't know where this is actually leading to. It's not clear if the bottom here, this is the starting line right there. And then you go towards here. Or that's the starting line and you go towards there. I think that's the starting line and you go towards there because this is where all the audience is. But in this case, I don't know why this is there. Is it like a run-up? Not sure. Why is it there? Maybe that's where the train arrives. Possibly. Maybe. Hey, actually it could be. Good spot. Let's move on to 2.2. Because remember, we're on 2.0 now. 2.1 is just what we talked about. 2.2 is now the multiplayer focus. They're really hoping to do 400 to 1,000 players on each server, which is just like incredible. Now, the reason why they can't do that now, because all the Star Atlas showroom servers right now is peer-to-peer. So I'll start hosting one, and then you will join my server or like my computer network, whatever. This is going to be Star Atlas themselves, dedicated Star Atlas servers that are hosting the servers so that when everyone comes, they're all going to have the same seamless experience. You're not connecting to my crap internet. We're all connecting to Star Atlas's internet. So it's Star Atlas's network. So that's what it says. The team will host and not us. So it makes it a little bit better. Now we're already at the 34-minute mark, so I'm going to try and hurry it up. I'm sorry, guys. R2 major release this year is going to be the warp gate construction, as well as PvP combat, guys. People have been waiting for this PvP combat. It's only in the very, very early works. And they want to try and showcase this at Breakpoint, which is, Solana's major conference in Lisbon, Portugal. Last year, it was in November. So this year, I don't know what the date is. I haven't actually looked into it. Might be October, November. So that gives them, that's just 8 months runway. So they're going to have to sell something between now and then to try and actually keep building the Star Atlas to get to this breakpoint, to showcase PvP combat for more people to come in and buy guns or buy gun skins. You know? Yeah. Let's look at the video that they shared us of the PvP guns that they're working on right now. Oh, it's not loading. Why isn't it loading? Yeah, so it'll load pretty soon. But when I saw that, I was like, "Do you guys remember my when I did an episode on the Star Atlas guns, and I made this thumbnail, and I was like, oh man, I remember this. Do you guys remember this? Yeah, I thought it was funny when I did this thumbnail. When I look at it now, I'm like, it's okay. I could have made the text a little bit better. The gun in the background is good. The granny is good, but the text is not good. So I think I can improve on the text. And guys, like I said, I only do this in my spare time. I'm learning how to do this all myself through YouTube, editing, all of that sort of my stuff myself. Now, why isn't this working? Come on. Let's go to the showroom here. Let's go to there. Don't look at my conversation with Santi. Don't look at that. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Now, this is the video. So you can see there's 3 characters they're trying with this gun at the moment. Very interesting that it's 3 characters, right? We know this one already in the showroom. We've seen this one already. You can already access this in the showroom, I think. I'm pretty sure. And this one we haven't seen in the showroom. Interesting. So do you think this is a new skin that we might be able to, a new character that we might be able to get? Maybe another trophy hunt somewhere when the new map is brought out? I hope they do, because you had to get the trophy to get this skin. So hopefully they can do a trophy so you can get this skin now. The implementation is already there. It's already proven it works. Just get a new trophy and get a new skin and just attach the 2. And then put it randomly spawning somewhere in the showroom. They have to do it, right? Santi, I know you watch. You have to do it. I don't see a reason why not to do it, right? Something for the scavenger hunt. Something for the community to do. And I'll make another great video of me looking for it, and it'll take me bloody 2 hours to get it. Yeah, so this is the gun. It's not too bad. It's very mud looking. It's very normal. I know it's just super early work in progress, but not very impressed by it. It just looks like a normal tech gun. Yeah, can't say much else. Interesting that they hold it a little bit differently though. They each have different holding points. So this one, let's look at them. So this one's holding it at the top, this one's holding it at the top, and this one's holding it at the top, but different hand. Yeah, actually, they look like they're the same holding. And I'm just making stuff up now. All right, let's go back to my presentation, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go and see the little thumbnail that I did of Granny's guns. And then remind ourselves of the concept art they did ages ago from a guy on ArtStation, which was, I think his name was Gan, and it was the pistol. But we see the automatic rifles there, not generally pistols. So I wonder if they're going to be doing pistols as well, or just doing giant guns. So we did see this work with this one before, and we also saw this pistol specifically as something that the team gave out. Now, lastly, we do talk about claim stakes as well as the start sequence. So the claim stakes, they are still coming. Don't worry. They did get into a few hiccups. So they're kind of currently thinking maybe around March. But remember, give no dates. Because if you're late, the community is going to be upset. Don't say March. Say it's coming. Don't worry. It'll come out when it's ready. I know the community doesn't want to hear that, But sometimes the community have to hear that, including myself, because then it will stop me from saying something stupid, and I'll shut my mouth. The start sequence. They are going to be doing an airdrop this Friday, guys. The start sequence airdrop is this Friday, but they're actually going to be changing it up a little bit. They are no longer going to be doing airdrops. I don't know if this is just for the start sequence or for the entire Star Atlas experience, because there's a lot of scam out there, guys. You open your wallet and you've got a new Bonk Inu NFT, or you've got a new airdrop of some weird Solana Soul Scan or Solana NFT or something in your wallet. That's just total crap. And you're like, where the hell did this come from? I didn't ask for it. Take it away. Then you have to spend time burning it to reclaim your Solana. Really annoying, right? And because of that, some of them have been Star Atlas NFTs or Star Atlas themed NFTs. So not official. So this, unfortunately, people do fall for it. Let's be honest. Some people do fall for it. Otherwise, they would stop doing it. So the team is now saying, no, for these airdrops, you're going to have to claim them. You're going to have to come to the Star Atlas platform, go and click claim, and then you'll be able to get the NFTs. This will take away the whole Phantom Wallet airdrop thing, where that's a potential vector for people to get scammed. So what are they going to be dropping? The ships from the CSS land sales, all the drills, all the PPs, the power plants, the badges, and also, of course, the habitats. Now, I actually was very curious. The badges. What badges are being airdropped? I wasn't sure. What badges are being airdropped? There were no badges for the start sequence. Are they badges for the score? Maybe. I'm not sure. Help jog my memory, guys, please. Yeah, so like I said, they'll be claimed. Very easy. I think it's a better option than airdropping it because, yeah. And lastly, we have a community question and answer. Ooh, this is the longest video. I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. Signal, he asked, how will the project sustain itself over time? Long-term asset sales? Will Sage bring enough revenue? What is the plan to get to 3 years from now instead of the 8 months that they have right now? Very good question. Very poignant, very to the point, very clear. We need to know, right? So, Michael Wagner came up with 3 things. He said, number 1, recurring revenue streams. What does that mean? That means you're going to buy more ships, or you're going to buy more assets from Star Atlas. Are you comfortable with that? Maybe not you specifically, but the new people that are going to come in because they've built a game, hopefully with the 8 months they have, and they'll be able to give them revenue. Because remember, we are the revenue. You have to remember, we are their revenue. If you stop buying from Star Atlas, if everyone stops buying from Star Atlas, the project is done. They can't make anything in 8 months with nothing else being sold. So besides attracting more players when Sage goes live with the team, it's more meaningful that the transactional economy will go live with it. The team picks up the secondary market fees, and when the economy is activated, this should be a pretty reasonable source of revenue. I disagree with this. I don't think that with 15 million giving you a 8-month runway right now, you will be able to survive on secondary marketplace fees. Even before the economy is activated, or even after the economy is activated. I disagree with this. No way. It's going to be like 1/10 or 1/20th of your revenue. No way. So yeah, obviously he might have more information than I do. He probably knows the economy better of Star Atlas than I do. But from where I stand, secondary marketplace fees are not enough to even be a drop in a bucket. Next up, infrastructure. They're going to try and sell the Fuzzy Lima F kit as well as the third one, which I forget the name of right now. And of course, thirdly, the CSS commercial exploitation. They want to be able to sell Central Space Station land to commercial businesses. Remember, that was their deal in the first place. So maybe Michael Wagner's weed business should buy land, a commercial real estate in Star Atlas to help fund Star Atlas. Will he do that? Because remember, he still has his own weed business with other people before Automata, right? So that's the perfect test case, right? If you like Star Atlas, buy CSS land for your weed business so you can sell weed in the metaverse. Yeah, you should. Not being sassy, I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. So yeah, other companies, the idea is to generate revenue from other companies outside of Star Atlas who want to come in and have their own plot in Star Atlas. Now, this has been This has been done in other metaverses before. For example, think Sandbox, Snoop Dogg coming in, the Smurfs coming in. You know, that Undead series. I forget what it was. Walking Dead series coming in. Yeah. Like, there's a small test case there. But we haven't seen it in Star Atlas yet. We don't even see the commercial land plots now. So you can't really count it as revenue. How close are you to implementing commercial exploitation in the 8 months you have left to increase your revenue from then on, right? So it's all like later stuff, but you don't have later, you have 8 months. Yeah, it's hard, guys. It's hard. They're in a tough spot. Let's read the closing note from Funcracker. Most of 2021 was really just about presenting the vision of what Star Atlas could be to the world, demonstrating product market fit, and building the team and the economy from scratch, and the company from scratch. The year 22 was a foundational year with lots of R&D and working on game design and content pipelines. 2023 will be the execution phase. Well, we've got 8 months to execute. Let's execute. That's it. I'm going to leave it there. This has been your Town Hall update from Funcracker, MetaVerse Explorer, and Prometheus. Shout out to Aphia. Shout out to all the guys in Aphia. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for listening to me talk for the last 46 minutes. And lastly, I'm going to leave with a big thank you to the people who have been donating to me. It's crazy. I didn't expect this. Someone donated 5,000 food to my ARC fund. Now, my ARC fund is located at itsme.sol. So if you have anything you want to give me in Star Atlas, please donate it to itsme.sol. You just go into Phantom, and then you send whatever you want to send. You click on whatever you want to send. You go send, and then you type in it's me. It's MetaVerse Explorer. It's me.sol. That's my Solana address name. And look at this. People have been sending me 4NGQ. I love it that you did a test transaction. You are a true OG. Well done, man. Thank you for the test transaction, as well as thank you for the original donation of 15 USDC. And thank you to 4FHG, who also gave me $20 for my ARC fund. So, guys, like I said, if you stayed for this long, 47 minutes into this damn video, and you've been listening to me this whole time, thank you. Please consider donating, because I might be doing something right here. So, thank you very much, guys. I'm going to leave you and love you, as always. Ciao for now.